Hello, all, and welcome to the preview of the biggest blockbuster game of the season. It is Liverpool hosting Manchester United at the Anfield. Now, when we talk about Liverpool and United, we don't even need to tell you how big this rivalry is. But to talk about two teams who are actually vying for the top spot make it extra special. So to talk about the preview, I have Rajat with me, who is going to represent Manchester United team, its strategy, its formation, how they're going to play. And I would be doing Liverpool's part, how they're going to play, what would be their strategy, what would be the differentials and everything. So let's have a riveting discussion on this. So hi Rajat, how are you feeling for this game today?
Hi Ash, I'm all geared up and waiting for United to thrash Liverpool tonight. And as you had already said, this is one of the biggest rivalries in English football. And looking forward to tonight's match.
Absolutely, Rajat. So you said thrashing. See, we all know this is going to be a very tricky game. Difficult to predict. Everybody is saying that United is in top form the way they are playing for the last couple of months. I would say last couple of weeks, especially after they got eliminated from Champions League. So this is going to be difficult. So how would be United, shaping up and what different they would be doing, what they have been doing currently? Would they form the same strategy or do you think that something different would happen?
Harsh, I think United are in a deserved first position as of now. As you rightly said, they have, peaked at the right moment before this match. My only concern for today's match is that United have not done really well against the top six this year. So they have accumulated a lot of points, which were some of their bogey teams, and they used to draw these matches and they used to lose to a smaller ranked teams. But this time it's been the opposite story. So they have found it difficult to get past the top six. But I think today the fortunes are going to change. United is going to be the team who's going to end Liverpool's unbeaten run at Anfield since 2017. So I am pretty excited, and I think Solskjaer is going to depend on what he has been doing right for the last couple of months. He is going to rely on his attacking prowess. He is going to rely on Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. And along with that, he has now Edinson Cavani also, who is back from suspension. So I think all in all, United are going to come out and show Liverpool why they are number one this year.
Wonderful. But let's not get carried away by United's form, because see, Liverpool at home have never, as you said, it's almost 3 years that they lost against Crystal Palace at 2-1 game. And Liverpool always raises their game. See, Jurgen Klopp, that's the beauty of this brilliant manager, right? Whenever we feel that Liverpool is going through bad phase or things are not working out well, you would see Liverpool again coming back even stronger and actually showing United why they are reigning champions. So it's going to be a riveting encounter. So, Rajat, where do you feel this match would be won and lost? What would be those key battles according to you?
Okay, sir. Okay, Ash, excitement and jokes apart, I think this is going to be a very keenly contested game, though I would always want Manchester United to come out trumps in this match. But I think this will be a very closely fought match, and this will be not a very open match. I think none of the teams want to lose. Jurgen Klopp has shown that he now considers United as one of the title contenders. He has acknowledged the fact that they are where they are because of how they have been doing. So he will not, play Liverpool in a formation as they have been playing against other teams. I think it will be a closed formation, not allowing a lot of spaces to United's forwards or the wingers on the flanks. So I think it will be a midfield battle, and I think the team which handles the nerves better will come out trumps. So United, as you know, have been doing very well on the road from the end of last season. In fact, the last match they lost on the road was against Liverpool last year. So since that, they have been doing really well. So my only two bits about this match is that nerves are going to be, very much prevalent today, although there is no crowd at Anfield, which will be, some sort of a dampener on the atmosphere. But I think the team which handles the nerves well and, takes hold and grips the key situations in the match should come out trumps. So closely contested match, and as a United fan, I feel they will want to nick it. Maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1.
Rajat, I think one of the most important battles here would be that how Van Bissaka is able to counter Mohamed Salah. I think that's one of the battle which I am actually keen to look forward to. And obviously how Henderson played in centre back. I mean, I don't think it was a very wise decision for Klopp to do that. But I think Liverpool are undergoing some crisis in defence. Though I believe in this game, Nat Phillips will actually play as a centre back, and maybe we may see, Henderson and Thiago being there in the midfield along with Wijnaldum. I think that would make a solid midfield also. And in fact, I think the way United is playing, I think it still gives an opportunity to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has not been in best of his form, to actually work on the flanks, and that's where I think he can regain his form also, because his delivery is exquisite, right? He has undergone some lean patch, which we say very rarely for one of the, I would say, touted as one of the best, right back in the world. So I think those kind of things wherein Liverpool can actually take leverage and they would try to explore that. But that's what I'm saying. So United has an opportunity to get behind Liverpool's defense. So what I feel in this game would be that Liverpool would come out all guns blazing. United will try to withstand that pressure for the first 15-20 minutes, and then the game would start at the even. That's what I feel. So the first 15-20 minutes, I think how the game is shaping up would actually be very critical in deciding what would be the outcome of this game.
Also, Ash, I think one thing very prevalent and one thing very visible in the matches against United, against big teams, has been how they have managed to close down Bruno Fernandes. So he's been very hard pressed. He's not been given a lot of space in the teams which have been able to do well against United. Because whenever this guy has got space, he has done immaculately well, and he has shown why he is one of the best, midfielders in the world at the moment. So I think one thing very critical for Liverpool will also be in midfield, to how they press and they control Bruno Fernandes's movement, because in this entire season United's attacks have been built around Bruno Fernandes. So I think if Liverpool are able to somehow stranglehold Bruno Fernandes, they might be able to do really well here and even snatch a victory. So all in all, I think this is going to be, as you said, a tight affair in the midfield, win a very close match in midfield, and opportunities will be very less. And I think this will not be some match where one team is going to run away with the game. This will be a closely and keenly contested match, and any team can win. Let me just take you through the points table at this moment. So Manchester United, after a long wait, are now top of the table in the Premier League, which is very pleasing for a Manchester United fan. And Liverpool at this moment, after Leicester's victory last night, have slipped to third. They have chances to make amends today, and they will try and come back on top of the league today. What do you want to say on the form guide of Liverpool, Ash?
See, that's what I'm saying. So it's concerning as a Liverpool fan that in the last 3 games you've drawn 2 and lost 1. So actually just 2 points gained of the possible 9. And as a champions, as somebody who is still one of the favourites to win the title, it is concerning. I think what has happened with Liverpool is now it's like it looks very disjointed, right? In midfield also, if you see the battle, I mean, I've seen those matches which Liverpool has played. They have looked pretty average in actually making that transitional football, and they have looked very slow also on the break and also how the combined things. That's where I think it's very critical for Liverpool, and we are lucky that Thiago is actually now back. And in fact, in the game, the FA Cup game, the last game which they played against Aston Villa, the first half it was a very terrible performance from Liverpool. But as soon as Thiago came, even though we were playing against the academy boys and they did phenomenally well, but I guess the biggest hurdle which Liverpool would face, which way they would have faced without Thiago, would be the transitional football, because Thiago finds spaces, he's pretty solid, and I think he would be the one who would probably be shutting the shop for Bruno Fernandes as well. So this is where I guess the match can be won and lost. So I believe Thiago versus Fernandes, who plays well, would actually decide that which team is going to win. That's what my gut feel says. And as far as Liverpool's form is concerned, I think form is temporary and class is permanent. That's what Liverpool have shown over the couple of years, right? And they have always hit back when teams have thought that, okay, now they are actually receding away. So that's the beauty of Premier League, that's the beauty of Liverpool. And that's where Jurgen Klopp strives also. He's a pretty emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeves. So for these games, he would ensure that the people are really pumped up and they go for it. Because Sadio Mane has not fired properly. Salah looks up and down. Firmino has looked good in bits and pieces. So if everything comes together, I think Liverpool can still give a hammering to United.
Okay, thanks. And what do you think about Scott McTominay's and Fred's role in midfield? As you mentioned, Thiago and Henderson. But how do you think those guys are...
I like Fred, to be honest. The way he plays, he goes about his business in no nonsense manner. He doesn't. He's not a pretty expressive or a vocal guy like maybe Pogba or like some of the players who shout like Henderson and all. Fred goes about his business as usual. I think he is also a very important player for this game. McTominay has come up with he has come up with big goals and big matches, as we have seen against City as well. That's how he does that. But when you're playing against Liverpool, I think you need, players like Fred, who can just calm the nerves of people around them as well, and who can just go about their business as usual, because there would be a lot of dirty work which has to be done in the midfield. That's where Wijnaldum and Fred actually would do a similar kind of a job. Obviously, their role is important because it's important for United to not expose Bailly and Maguire that much, because Bailly, even though he has looked really good in comebacks, but Bailly can actually go vulnerable in big games, as we have seen earlier as well. So that's where Liverpool would try actually to get behind him as well. So the role is pretty critical, but I believe, as I've said, the first half an hour will set the tone of the game, that who is actually going to win the match, or is it going to be ending in a stalemate.
All right, coming to United's form.
And Rajat, the form of United is it must be pretty proud as a United fan to see how United are now doing, and everybody is saying that 21 is coming. That's what I can see on Twitter, and everybody's like gleaming with hopes and aspirations that it is just inevitable now.
I think, Harsh, as a fan, the least you can do is believe, apart from supporting the club. So this season, the fans have not been able to, go and watch the team play. They've been just doing it in front of their television sets. But yes, it's a very good time to be a United fan. We have, endured a loss for the last couple of years, and even, some years before that. No Premier League victories after Sir Alex Ferguson left. So yes, the drought is big, and now, the supporters are beginning to believe, and it's a good feeling to have. So why not? If you look at the performance of the team over the last couple of months, they have looked like they can be champions. So I don't have any, reservations in believing that we can do it. Coming to our form, I think we had a, kind of issue when we were doing, well in the league and not doing well in the Champions League, and then losing to some small teams in the, cup competitions. But off late, I think the consistency is beginning to show. The group is beginning to gel as a cohesive unit. Solskjaer, I think, has had a good role to play in the last, 2.5 years. And even Klopp has acknowledged that when you give a manager time and you give him, opportunities to, employ his philosophy and employ his tactics, then the results start to show. So it's not an instant result which is showing for United. It is hard work done over over the last couple of seasons, which is why we are in the position we are, and all geared up for tonight. I think if we can, somehow manage to get past Liverpool tonight, this is going to be a defining moment of the season.
Absolutely, Rajat. So your prediction time now. What is the scoreline which you're predicting for this game today?
See, my heart would always, say that it's going to be a United victory, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1. But if my mind were to answer, then I think it can be a closely fought draw, maybe a 1-1, a 0-0 or a 2-2. What would be your prediction for this match?
See, my heart is obviously saying about, as you have said, Liverpool is obviously in my heart. You know that, right? And for me, it would be that Liverpool would be winning 2-1 or 3-1. My mind also is inclined towards going to Liverpool's victory as 2-1 or 3-2, because Liverpool cannot afford to lose this game. So I am kind of confused between 2-1 or maybe 2-2. But this is what my gut says. So 60% I'm going for a Liverpool victory, and 40% maybe it can be a draw.
All right, let's move to team news for tonight's match. So Matip has a great chance of returning, although he might start from the bench. So as you said that, Nat Phillips or Rice Williams might start at centre back. I know Klopp would not take the risk of, starting Henderson at centre back again. And so Van Dijk, Naby Keita and Diogo Jota will remain out. And the big plus, as you mentioned for today, is Thiago starting in centre midfield. And we have already discussed how big an impact that is going to have. For United, Lindelof is still doubtful due to the back injury. And Bailly and Maguire, as you mentioned, will start as centre backs, and they will need to, absorb a lot of pressure from Liverpool's attacking lineup. Martial limped off against Burnley, so he might need to prove his fitness. I think if Martial starts, then there is a great chance that Pogba also will start today's match. In case Martial does not start and Cavani starts, then I think Pogba might start from the bench. Matic is a slight doubt with a slight groin problem. So I think both teams are plagued with injuries, although, Liverpool's critical centre back Van Dijk is missing in this match, which he has been missing for a lot of matches since that incident with Jordan Pickford. And that's been a thorn in Liverpool's progress this season, because they have struggled at the back in a lot of matches. So that's regarding the team news. Harsh, would you want to share your views on the expected starting lineups for today's match?
See, for Liverpool, it would be a simple strategy. They would actually go for a 4-3-3, wherein I feel that obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson would be the fullbacks, and we would have I feel that Nat Phillips and Fabinho would start. Fabinho has been a revelation, in centre back also. I think the way he comes out, and he's a special talent. He can play anywhere, right? We ideally want him in the midfield, but he's doing a stellar job in this as well. So that's one. In midfield, we would have Henderson, Thiago, and Wijnaldum. I think it's a kind of a solid one, wherein I think Wijnaldum will be a holding player, and Henderson and Thiago might try to dictate the game. But Wijnaldum has picked up. He always, picks his game in bigger matches. We have seen against Barcelona. We have seen in a couple of matches when we also wanted that Champions League spot 2 years ago. He scored that goal at the last game as well. So he's a kind of a talent which would be there. And then Salah, Firmino, and Mane would be there, wherein Firmino would be somebody who would be trying to make spaces. Firmino is not a great scorer, but he tries to make space for the others the way he runs and all, and he works really hard. And Salah and Mane would try to go and express. That would be it. For United, as you rightly said, I think I am also thinking that Pogba may not start this game, seeing the criticality of the game, and maybe he may start again. It purely depends upon what Martial fitness is all about. But if Martial starts, and if we are imagining that this is going to be the team, I think United would actually try to keep it very strong with Van Bissaka, Bailly, and Maguire. Shaw might go ahead, but Van Bissaka may stay back, majorly in the game to start off with, just to try to get that Salah threat off. So that's what he has really done well also. And again, McTominay and Fred. Now this is a game. This is a place wherein Liverpool can actually expose United if they are really, really up to the mark, because they can be definitely bypassed if Liverpool play fast football. So it would depend purely upon the speed at which Liverpool plays this game, and that's where I think that there has been a thorn in the flesh of Liverpool, that they have been pretty slow in the transition game as well. Again, Rashford ahead along with Martial, then Fernandes as a centre midfield. I mean, it's a very tasty kind of a forward-looking line for United. And on the given day, I think they can really thump Liverpool also if Nat Phillips especially is not on his game. So the coordination between Nat Phillips and Fabinho would actually matter a lot in this game. So guys, now let's talk about the Dream 11 tips for this game between United and Liverpool. See, this is going to be another game which we feel can throw us any result, but it is important for us to pick up the right players from both the teams so that we can make a strong team when we talk about the Dream 11 team of these two teams. One thing which is there, Rajat, do you think there would be a clean sheet for either of this team in this game?
I think, Harsh, the probability of a clean sheet staying intact is higher for Liverpool than for United. Liverpool playing at home, will command the possession and the ball in the earlier exchanges, and if they manage to take possession and they manage to hold the game in their favor and they play most of the time in United's half, I think the only team I think can manage to keep a clean sheet can be Liverpool. United, I don't think will be able to restrain Liverpool to no goals today, but that's only a slight possibility. United are as potent as Liverpool and they might also penetrate and score today. So clean sheet probability being low, but yes, if somebody can keep a clean sheet, that can be Liverpool.
Okay. So what is the dream 11 pick which you have gone for, and what are the possible players which you have tried to pick in the team, Rajat?
So us, tonight's match is going to be very tricky in terms of a dream 11 perspective. First things first, the result is very unpredictable. You never know which team is going to win with how many goals. Will there be a clean sheet? If who manages to score, who manages to assist, and how the game is going to pan out. So that's going to be a very risky game. The second aspect to consider here is the budget. So if you look at all the top players, they're in the range of 10, 10.5, 11, 9.5. So you might want to have all of the players in your team, but you will have to leave out some very critical players due to budget constraints. Because if you want to pick up all the good players who are going to expected to do well, you might not end up with a lot of budget to pick the final 2 or 3 players. So some players which you have no substitute, you have to pick them are Bruno Fernandes, Salah, then Marcus Rashford, and from Liverpool's and Sadio Mane. So these four players in the attacking lineups for both the teams are the ones whom you shouldn't want to be missing out on. The others, you can take a risk and leave one of those players out, but these 4 players should form the core of your team. Coming to defense, I think United's defenders, Harry Maguire, although the probability of clean sheet is low, but Maguire does a lot of dirty work for United at the back. He tends to accumulate a lot of points with his tackling, his interceptions, clearances. So Maguire is one you would want to have. Apart from that, I think Thiago is going to play a key role for Liverpool today. In midfield, I think Thiago is going to get points for both blocks, interceptions, and in the very little we have seen of him, we have seen that he can create a lot of chances also. He has a lot of penchant for sending across great through balls through which, Salah and Mane can wreak havoc. So Thiago, I think, should be one of the other players who should be on your radar. So these are 6 players whom you should form the core of your team with. Apart from that, in defense and in goalkeeping and in midfield and also through forwards, you will need to keep an eye on the budget. So there are a lot of other options as well. There is Firmino.
I would also get in Fabinho in this, Rajat, because Fabinho again is somebody who's very good at interception and tackle. I think he's one of the best tacklers in both the teams combined, right? So Fabinho is one. And he can also have those key passes wherein he can create those short actions also. That is one thing which you need to also take care of. For goalkeepers, I believe we need to have David De Gea instead of Alisson, because we feel that De Gea may face little bit more number of shots. I'm not saying anything. It's not about United or Liverpool's attack, but I think Liverpool at home would give more opportunity for David De Gea to actually make those saves. That's what my suggestion would be. And if the budget constraint is not there, then I guess Andrew Robertson is one player which is actually he's a pretty phenomenal which I would say attacker. He's pretty phenomenal in crossing the ball, in tracking back. Somebody who might get an assist also on the day. So he is somebody who we should definitely be keeping an eye on. But as you rightly said, it's all about the team formation. It's all about the budgets. It's all about who are starting, who is not starting. That's going to be the one. But 6 to 7 core players is something which we cannot avoid. And I think along with the 6 you have said, I think David De Gea should be there because there won't be any budget difference between De Gea and Alisson, and we need to pick one also. So that is non-negotiable as well.
Yeah.
So I think the strategy should be to keep, I would be inclined to go towards 4-3-3 maybe, or maybe 4-4-2 in this game. I think we need to have 2 defenders each from both the teams. So it can be either Fabinho and Robertson from Liverpool and Harry Maguire, and maybe, I mean, you can say either it can be Luke Shaw and it can be Van Bissaka also, because Van Bissaka is somebody whom I would be more inclined to go. That would be the one. And in the midfield, obviously we will have Bruno Fernandes. We would have Thiago. We may have Henderson, or I don't know if we can have Fred also, because Fred is a very interesting pick also because of the number of because again, the tackles, the interceptions, that's what he does. And in forward line, as we have already discussed about the players, that these players can definitely be there, which is Marcus Rashford would be there, and Salah and Mane should be there as well. Maybe Mane plays as a midfielder, right, in Dream 11, right? So we need to have him also. But again, it depends on the budget.
Thanks, Ash. So friends, that's what we have for tonight's Dream 11 preview of United versus Liverpool. As always, we will also be sharing the final Dream 11 team once the lineups are announced. So if you're liking our content and you want to support us, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We will be coming out with the final team after the lineups are announced 45 minutes prior to the start of the match.
Thank you, guys. And one thing which I would again like to request you guys is that play responsibly. These teams are based on our analysis, on our experience, and on whatever we have acquired knowledge about different leagues. So it's not about Premier League. We do it for Indian Super League, we do it for La Liga, we do it for Serie A, Bundesliga, Champions League matches, any matches you name it, Eredivisie or any league, A League. You can find all the Dream 11 teams in our YouTube channel, and try to get that entertainment value of your Dream 11 team by following us. You can definitely bank on our strategies, but there's a word of caution in it, that always try to keep the entertainment factor rather than the earning factor from this wonderful Dream 11 teams which you make. Okay, guys, all the very best for your teams, and we'll again catch up with you, and you can definitely see your team once the lineups are announced. Thank you, Rajat, and all the very best.
Thank you.